Good night and welcome to Benalmádena's first in this news broadcast. Digital Costa del Sol brings you every Friday all the information about this week's news. After an intense campaign and a hard election day, Benalmádena woke up blue after the victory of the Popular Party and its candidate Juan Antonio Lara, who achieved an absolute majority with 13 councillors.
Change in Benalmádena after 2 legislatures of socialist government. With the support of other parties, Víctor Navas will cease to be mayor, falling to 9 seats, while the PP of Juan Antonio Lara achieves the absolute majority with 13 seats, being the force that gains more support compared to the last elections with 6 new councillors. He will therefore be the new mayor of the city. We are not going to stop working. We want the change to be noticed as soon as possible in Benalmádena. We are going to govern for everyone. Let no one have any doubts about that. For those who voted for us and for those who didn't. An unprecedented victory for the PP in Benalmádena obliges us more than ever to keep our feet on the ground, to work with the utmost responsibility. We want the citizens who have given us their vote and those who have not deserve all the effort and dedication of the Partido Popular of Benalmádena, and they will have it because we have a great team and an enormous enthusiasm to show that the PP is up to the task of a great city. The result seems to confirm the bipartisan tendency in the town, after many years in which independent parties have been decisive in the formation of a government. Vox, the third most voted force, will have only 2 representatives with Joaquín Amán at the head, while Con Andalucía, the left-wing coalition made up of Izquierda Unida and Podemos, obtains a single seat for its candidate Pablo Centella. Paco de la Torre will continue to govern in the city of Málaga, recovering the absolute majority with 17 councillors. PSOE drops from 12 to 10 seats, and the Podemos confluence would not manage to keep its 3 seats either, dropping to 2. Vox burst into Málaga City Council as the third most voted force with another 2 councillors. Margarita del Cid, for her part, won a landslide victory in Torremolinos, winning 8 more seats, taking the party to 17, an absolute majority. Maribel Tocon's PSOE has plumped from 8 to 5 seats and 18.41% of the vote. Vox won 2 seats, the same as Con Andalucía. In Fuengirola, the residents have once again renewed their confidence in the PP and the mayor's Ana Mula by giving her another absolute majority with 15 councillors. The PSOE remains the second most voted party, although it loses 1 councillor. Vox will now have 3 councillors and the left-wing confluence. Con Andalucía has 2 councillors. Ángeles Muñoz has also retained her absolute majority, obtaining the same number of councillors as the previous elections, 14 out to 27. The PSOE has dropped from 10 to 8. The localist group Opción Sanpedreña has grown from 2 to 3, and Ciudadanos has lost its only councillor. In Estepona, José María García Urbano has lost 4 of his 25 councillors, but maintains his absolute majority. The PSOE went from 4 to 5, and the other 3 were won by Vox. Mijas is the only municipality on the Costa del Sol where the Socialist Party has been proclaimed the winner of this year's local elections with 10 seats, 2 more than 4 years ago, although the current mayor, José L. González, will need the support of other groups to be re-elected. The PP is left with 9 councillors, Vox gets 3, Ciudadanos 2, and Por Mi Pueblo 1 seat.
The functioning municipal government congratulated the new mayor Juan Antonio Lara, saying that they are already working to facilitate the transition and change of power.
The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, held a press conference this week with a group of councillors from his government team to take stock on the results of the May 28th municipal elections. Navas began by congratulating Lara on his victory and explained that he accepts the result and will now work for the municipality from the opposition.
Ya sabéis que el domingo hubo elecciones y creo que
I would like to congratulate Juan Antonio Lara for his victory with absolute majority, something that offers him very good prospects for the political stability of the municipality. I also want to thank the residents of Benalmádena for a normal election day, although we would have liked a higher turnout. These were local elections in which citizens had the opportunity to assess the management carried out in each municipality, but unfortunately many other keys have been taken into account. We accept the result because the people are always sovereign, and they wanted our candidacy to go to the opposition. There we will carry out a dignified and constructive work, as I would have liked it to be in my term as mayor, without lies, hoaxes or misrepresentations. In addition, he stressed that his objective now will be to ensure that the work carried out is maintained, trying to prevent active projects from being paralyzed.
Pero desafortunadamente se han tenido en cuenta muchas.
Working as an opposition in a responsible and constructive way reinforces our democracy. We must strengthen participation and plurality. We will always offer our hand, but we will also ensure that the heritage achieved lasts over time. We leave City Council better than how we found it, with healthy coffers and a surplus of almost 100 million euros, as well as many projects underway or being tendered and various strategic plan. We would like this line of work and planning to continue because we firmly believe that it is good for the city and has risen from citizen participation. Navas thanked his team for their work and extended his hand to the next mayor of Benalmádena, Juan Antonio Lara, for a friendly and cordial transfer of power.
Ahora mismo nos toca estar en la oposición, la haremos de la forma más digna posible.
In the next few days, I will be in contact with the next mayor, Juan Antonio Lara, to make a proper and calm transfer of power, something we did not have in 2015 when I reached the office. We found formatted computers, empty drawers, and not a single help from the outgoing corporation. I also want to thank my team for these 8 years. It has been a period of intense work, and I don't think anyone doubts our honesty and dedication. We have been a government without political scandals, which has restored the dignity of our town hall.
Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez has called for general elections on July 23rd after the bad results on local and regional polls, where the Socialist Party suffered a heavy defeat. Sunday's election saw Spain take a major swing to the right and made Popular Party the main political force in the country. Spain Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez has called a general election in the country on July 23rd. The surprise announcement was made this Monday, first time that the Socialist Party leader Sánchez had spoken since his party's poor showing in the local election across the country.
Buenos días. Seré breve y
I believe that the best thing is for the Spanish people to take the floor now, ahead of the expected general election date at the end of the year, in view of the result of the elections held yesterday, which will result in many magnificent mayors and leaders being displaced despite having an impeccable policy. I personally assume responsibility for the results, and I feel it is necessary to give a response. Many prime ministers who have governed impeccably have ceased to be so. A clarification from the Spanish people as to who should lead this phase is needed. The best thing is for the citizens to have their say to define the political course of the country. The formal call for elections will be published tomorrow in the official Gazette, and the elections will be held on Sunday, July 23rd. The declaration came just hours after the Socialists suffered a heavy defeat at the polls, losing in the municipal elections against the Popular Party and ceding control to a good part of the regions in which it governed. The Popular Party won in 7 of the 12 regions contested and dominated in several regions previously won by the Socialist Party, including Valencia, Aragón and La Rioja. It remains to be seen whether the Popular Party will have to rely on support from Vox to form regional governments. Now, the prospect of PP governing in coalition with Vox is not something abstract, but almost a certainty. That is why Sánchez decided to go all in and play his hand now, to try and conjure a new voters' mobilization like in 2019. The Prime Minister has now placed the onus back on the voters, particularly the progressive ones, to decide almost immediately if they want to consolidate the result of the local and regional elections at the national level or to mobilize to prevent a victory from the right-wing parties. The leadership of Ciudadanos decided not to contest the general election, saying goodbye to 8 years of representation in Congress. Sunday's debacle, which meant the disappearance of the Orange from most of the regional parliaments and the loss of 85% of their councillors, has highlighted their lack of support in society. Left-wing parties Sumar and Podemos are already negotiating a joint candidature to avoid the negative effects of dividing the vote. This week, on May 31, we celebrated World No Smoke Day, and in Benalmádena, the ACC organized a walk to make the citizens aware of the benefits of giving up this pernicious habit.
The acting mayor of Benalmádena, Victor Navas, together with several councillors of the corporation, participated this week in the walk organized by the Spanish Association Against Cancer of Benalmádena and the Costa del Sol Health District on the occasion of World No Smoking Day. Navas stressed the importance of working together to raise awareness around this problem.
Una lucha que se viene acometiendo desde hace muchos años.
There is still much to be done in terms of prevention and awareness raising in order to continue eradicating certain habits in favor of a healthy lifestyle. I would like to thank the association and the Costa del Sol Health District for launching this initiative. The association does an enormous amount of work providing therapy and psychological support to its users, so they need all the support they can get from the people of Benalmádena. This work has made a stop to organize a Tai Chi session precisely in the park of La Paloma, which we declared not long ago a smoke-free space, thus contributing to improving the living conditions of citizens. The president of the Spanish Association Against Cancer in our municipality, Luisa Jiménez, highlighted the importance of prevention. Tobacco consumption causes 50,000 deaths in a year in Spain, although we have made progress. It was not so long ago that advertising of tobacco brands was frequent on television, as well as sponsorship of events and sports teams. We must be aware that smoke is not good for anyone. As an association, our commitment is always to inform, with actions such as the one we have developed today in the Maravillas School, where in several courses we have offered a talk on the health damage that smoking can cause.
The traditional Summer East-side football tournament is back for another year, and the registration period will be open until June 30. The tournament, which is sponsored by the company Servicios del Prado, will start on the 5th of July.
Sports Councilman Joaquín Villazón offered a press conference last week to present a new edition of the traditional summer 7-a-side football tournament, a competition with a long history in our municipality that comes to shake up the summer period. Organized by the Benalmádena Sports Association with the collaboration of the Sports Department of the Town Hall, the tournament is sponsored by the services company Del Prado. Villazón praised the tournament's tradition and thanked the sponsors for their support. This is a tournament with a great tradition, which we host during the summer with a prestige that reached the rest of the province. I want to thank the Benalmádena Sports Association for organizing the tournament and the support of PS Del Prado as sponsors. The organizer of the championship, Antonio Jesus Avilés, pointed out that the tournament is now in its 24th edition and gave details about the championship and the registration, and also explained that they hope to surpass the 32 participants of last year's edition.
Tenemos abierta la inscripción desde ya.
The tournament will be played in the two sports centers of the municipality during July, and the teams that participate in the local indoor football and football 7 leagues have a discount on the registration, and each team that registers before the 12th of June will have 2 discounted tokens. We hope to reach a number of registered teams similar to that of the previous edition, which had 32 participants.
And these are today's headlines. Juan Antonio Lara elected Mayor of Benalmádena. Victor Navas extends his hand to the new mayor. Pedro Sánchez calls for general elections on July 23rd. Benalmádena commemorates World No Smoke Day. Registration open for the summer football tournament. The weather forecast for the weekend will leave us with low cloudy skies except for cloudy intervals in the morning on the coast with a chance of showers. Daytime cloudiness with showers occasionally accompanied by thunderstorms, more likely and intense inland, where they may be locally heavy. Temperatures unchanged with lows of 70 degrees and highs of 23rd with light easterly winds. And that's all. Thank you for watching us, and remember, you can stay updated on our website or social media profile on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night and enjoy the weekend.